Hello everyone, this is Clossi, and I am back with another video. This video is going to be about how to play against and how to play with handicap stones. The reason I'm doing this is because recently I played a 7-stone handicap game in the AGA City League. I should point out this is going to be how to play with and against it competitively. Normally, handicap stones are used for teaching rather than actually competitive play, but many tournaments, due to the fact that Q levels have a hard time competing with the Don levels, handicap helps even out the difference, or if you're a beginner, you're going to need handicaps, that way you don't lose too quickly. So let's go ahead and get into this game. I am white. So an interesting little thing here. This is actually upside down for me, due to the fact that when I played it, it was on PandaNet 2, and then I saved it, and now I'm opening it on KGS to edit it because I like the KGS editor better. And now it's flipped for some reason. Alright, so let's go over some basic ideas for when you're playing with and against handicap. The first thing you want to do is read very, very, very carefully. You always want to read carefully in regular games as well, but in handicap games, you're going to need to know every little bit of information about each individual area, especially if you are white. If you are white playing against handicap, you need to know all the weaknesses, and you cannot mess up very easily. I don't expect you to play perfectly if you're white, because you're not going to be a professional. You're not going to be able to, you're still going to make mistakes, but your opponent's going to make a lot more, and you're going to have to take advantage of every single little weakness that you can find. You're also going to have to create weakness, and that's going to be difficult as well, because in even games, most of the moves you would play in handicap games are considered bad or overplay, but in this case, it's acceptable because it's a handicap game. If you are black and you have the handicap stones, you cannot be afraid of attacking, and you need to play strongly and thick. But I've seen many people, because they have handicap stones, they think, okay, I can just defend and it'll be good enough, where it's not going to be good enough, because white's job is to play very quickly, loosely, and create weakness as fast as he can and take advantage of it. You can't prevent white from creating weakness, because white's going to play everywhere, and white's going to have weakness. And if you play just conservatively, you're not going to be able to take advantage of that weakness. You need to play strong, and you need to take advantage of white's weakness as well. Now, it's going to be a little bit easier for black to do this than for white, but that's because of the handicap stones. Alright, so let's go through. Start looking. Black play here, which is completely fine. This is the first move. Now, black plays here. So, already black's not playing the best move. The reason this move, I don't like it, is because, well, first off, let's look at black's reasoning. Black thinks he can develop the left side very efficiently by doing this, and it's true, he is. He can pretty much do anything he wants, though, and it'll be efficient and good for black. But concept-wise, we don't want to touch weak stones like this and make them stronger when we can attack. So let's take a step back. Look how loose white is. This is too far, and if you were a strong player, you would want to take advantage of weakness like this to take advantage of the local area of the board. I've seen many people just play conservatively like this, and now white's making a fast position, and it's becoming easier and easier for white to make a position, when it should be very difficult for white to make a position, because black has so many stones on the board. Black is everywhere, and yet white's still making a position. I think black's playing a little bit too slow. You want to attack black here. This would be a good move because it attacks both stones. Then you may see follow-ups like this and then this. This looks really scary, but it's actually still good for black because white's shape is still loose. For example, black can just jump out here, and if white tries to surround, black can come out, and white's torn to pieces. White has so many issues. First off, white has a cut here. White has a cut here. And white is not connected here. So white is scrambling to make his stones work together. And black's just playing strong shape and just cutting white. Normally, splitting your opponent is good when you want to attack, and in this case, white's really weak. So just keep strong and split white, and it'll pretty much work out for you no matter what white plays, because this is just really, really hard. As long as you stay strong, stick to basics. If your opponent's weak, you want to attack them and take profit. Splitting is a good attacking move, and you should be okay. This move is bad style because it's actually forcing white to make a position. So you can see this type of idea, and now white's making a pretty fast position. In the game, though, I didn't play this because, well, I played this. This is the actual game so far. I didn't play K4 because we're going to get into a handicap principle. You have to create weakness. It's not just going to magically appear before you. Sure, sometimes it will because your opponent will mess up. But when you're facing large handicap, and it's a proper handicap, it's not going to appear without some effort. So you have to create weakness and create confusing situations and then outread your opponent if you're a white. And black, you have to read very carefully to watch out for these things. So in the game, I chose to play this variation. Black chose this way. And then I played this Hane. So this Hane requires some careful reading, but it's basically aiming to cut at A and attack B. That is the aim of this Hane. Now if black reads carefully, he can see the Aji at A and the fact that he's weak at B, and he'll want to deal with this. So an easy way to deal with this is actually just to defend A, because there's no way to attack B in one move. You can't kill B in one move. So now, if white tries to attack the B group, or the three stones, you can actually just come out like this. What does white play? If white plays here, you Atari. White's pretty much dead. White comes up, you come up. And now you can come back and play here. So as you can see, just by keeping strong and keeping track of your weaknesses, black can easily take advantage of white. Now, one may think white shouldn't have played this in the first place then. Well, it's a handicap game. White's going to be able to get taken advantage of everywhere, no matter what white does. Because if white just plays basic Joseki, or basic moves, it's like, okay, I want to do this. Well, okay, you're going to lose. Okay, maybe this is too risky because black's strong, black can cut, so I want to stick to basic Joseki again. Let's play a different one, I don't know. Okay, black's getting way too many points way too quickly. You can't play that way. So white's going to have to overplay. It's just part of the fact that you're playing a handicap game. White's going to overplay. But white has to overplay very, very carefully. So we get back into read very carefully. Keep track of the weaknesses. You must keep track of this stuff. And black played this way. It looks like it's good for black, but this is actually kind of what white wants. Sort of. So the idea is so black messed up by saving the stone. The idea here is white's wanting to scare black and hope he doesn't notice this. If black notices this, well, then white has to fix. But now black is still weak on the outside and white's weak, so white can still fight in this area. So this cut actually made white stronger, when if you just defended A directly, now white has two problems. Now if white defends, well, it's a lot better for black. Whereas here it actually fixed a weakness. Because now if you come out, well, I don't care, I'm just going to give up one stone. Well, maybe. Where do you say? I'm not sure. Actually. Or you can just come out directly. Then do it. So yeah, black actually helped white a little bit, but it's still fine for black. Black's still okay. This move though became an issue for black because black didn't keep track of his own weaknesses, and black is caring too much about one little stone. If you are black, you need to keep track of the overall situation. If you lose yourself into one stone here, or one stone there, or this little exchange here, if you worry too much about the little exchange and don't keep track of the whole situation, white's going to easily take advantage of you because white's going to be able to read better than you and take advantage of all the weaknesses you're leaving behind. So another concept for black, don't leave behind a lot of weakness if you can help it. You need to stay strong to attack white very severely. And so now we'll see white make shape. And here you're going to see another thing for white. Order matters. The order you play your moves matters very greatly. So obviously I cannot cut immediately because there's a ladder, right? We're here. So naturally I fix. And as you may see, there's this move for free. And then I can still cut, right? The reason I did not play this immediately is because if white plays here, black plays here, black can just give up and then take Sente. Or just give up, and if he's worried about this, do this. You have to read here. The idea was the corner wasn't going to be as big, but black also has the option of doing this now. Playing here. Hold on. Yeah, so if black plays this way, there's this cut, right? In this case, this is good for black. Now, I wanted to see, in the game, I cut before extending because I wanted to see how black would respond. If black responds this way, then I can easily get this, and everything's safe. If black responds this way, maybe I'm gonna need this Aji at some point for something or another. And so I want to save it and not take that away. Because if it goes this way, I don't want to lose this Aji. This weakness here is very important to try and help the bottom group. Now, it may not come up, sure. But the fact is, I left it there just in case for who knows, because you never know what's going to come up in a handicap game, right? So I didn't want to fix him until I knew for sure which way he was going to respond. So I extend, he goes here. Now I know that I'm going to kill these 3 stones. Okay, so I extend, get that, take my profit, and then kill these. Because he invested over here. Another concept for white, be efficient. Make sure your moves are doing things and doing them very quickly. I was looking at this move, but I really didn't like the Aji if that cut came into play. For example, if we played something like this, maybe something can come up. I don't know. It's Aji. So I was trying to find the way with the least amount of Aji. And I think this did it. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is my level. I came up with this. And that's the reason I played it. I'm trying to be efficient. Now, this is actually a really good move for black. Locally, black lost a good bit of points. But black can easily make it up by tanukiing because he has so many stones already. If he gets the big move, he immediately makes up whatever this corner was. Now, there's a fine line between when you can tanuki freely and when you can't. In this case, you can because this side's strong, more or less. This side's a little weak, but it's going to be really hard for white to take advantage of it in one move with all these supporting stones. So tanukiing here was a pretty good bet. It's really hard to take advantage of anything except for this, and this is pretty much going to be gote. And then white will get to tanuki. But later in the game, I believe black tanukis when he shouldn't. Alright, so let's go ahead with the game. White has to come in. This is a natural way to come in the black's area. White tries to split, because splitting is going to create complications, and that's what you have to do. Can't just play normal. Black responds here. And again, white tries to play a splitting move and create complications. Now, I said before this group was okay, and it is, but it's like not in the perfect position. For example, it's not going to die or anything because it can easily make 2 eyes with a move something like this, right? But it's also surroundable. For example, if I surround it, then he's going to be forced to play a move like this. And if he doesn't, then a move like this may very well kill him. So it's still attackable, but it's okay because first off, black got the free move. Second of all, white has 3 weak groups. So as long as black stays strong, black will be fine everywhere. It's not a major issue. It's just a little issue. But white has to take advantage of these little issues. This white move is for sure an overplay, but I have to make it confusing. Okay, so let's go on with the game. Black jumps, saves a weak group, that's fine. And now white has a problem. White has 3 weak groups, or weak stones, and white's looking at all the weaknesses of black, of course. So in white's mind, he has to do many things very quickly. Which one of those things comes first? A way to answer that question is, which one is the weakest? That'll be a way to help you find out which area to play in. In this case, this stone is for sure the weakest. And so now I need to play in this area and do something with this stone. The move I came up with was here. I'm going to create problems with these 2 stones in order to help create weakness here, so that way I can sort of attack it while also making shape with my stone. It's a very efficient way of defending myself, because just defending is not good enough, right? It's handicap. Okay, and then I connect with a shape move here. And black plays very well here. He played this move instead of this move, and that's pretty good, because this requires careful reading. I was actually aiming at the Aji here. Black's still not alive on the inside, and the outside 4 stones get cut off. Now black can easily stop this by playing this, but now white lives. And you have a cut. That's why I said black played a good move here, because black's reading very well. And now it's more difficult for white. Okay, so white makes shape, or tries to anyway. I looked at many things here, 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 and then just plain up jumping. But I couldn't really do anything until I started having eye spaces. And I didn't really want to make this one because, first off, even this way, it's still not 100% alive, and I'm on the second line. I was trying to go into black's eye shape while doing it, in case something like this happens. If we end up running, I can still attack black. That was my thinking anyway. You will see that this group actually doesn't ever completely finish for the rest of the game. And it's quite funny, actually. So black tanukis again. Is this a good tanuki or a bad tanuki? I think it's a bad tanuki. First off, locally, this move is a bit stronger, but this move's fine locally, right? Attacks the stone. Globally, though, this group's unsettled, black's still unsettled, and you don't want this stone to come into play and start cutting everything. So you can still attack everything very strongly by playing a move like this, because this is still not alive, right? If you get this move, yeah, it's going to be an issue. It takes away black's base, white lives, but black's still fine. And now white has a lot of issues up here. So this area, black can still play strong attacking moves against white. So I think a tanuki now was the wrong idea. Of course, I try to save all my weak stones. I try to create weakness with the K16 stone, so that way I can try and save everything. I'm wondering if I messed up in this area because black got pretty strong. This move, I'm not so sure about. It got points, but this should be better. Yeah, I'm pretty confident that's better. Because I Atari, and you still have to fix, and now there's a lot of Aji. Now, as white, I have to keep in mind all the Aji in this area. First off, there's a ladder. The ladder is good for black, though, as most ladders are. Secondly, there's this kind of ko. If black connects, maybe I can sabaki my way out. If he doesn't, then there's a possible ko. Third, there's Yosei Aji. And of course, just straight up sabaki. Now, I tried to think of many ways to take advantage of this. You can, but another concept for white: look before you leap. Looking before you leap. That means read it very carefully and figure out what you're doing before you just leap in to start doing something. Don't just immediately do this just because it's there. No. You're gonna end up dead if you do that. So I was keeping in mind this Aji, but I was trying to look at how I can use it, this Aji here, as well as the Aji with this weak group, and the weak groups down here, and I was reading very carefully on how to take advantage of all of it in a very strong kind of manner. So look before you leap. Now whether I did it correctly, who knows? But the fact is, I was reading and keeping track of all the Aji in the area to try and take advantage of this, and I think I did, well, I think I did pretty well, but as you'll see, this left group got too weak, so I likely did it wrong. But the concept I was keeping in my head to keep track of all the Aji and try and work together with, or try and take advantage of the Aji in all three areas and attack black in a severe way. So in that case, I was splitting black again. Now this group down here is getting weaker and weaker. It still has this move, but black doesn't have that yet. This group still doesn't have this move, so it's still got issues. Now white also has issues though. And it's looking that if black tries to run this way, maybe something comes up here, right? So I'm looking to try and take advantage of everything. So black plays this way. And now I couldn't really find anything in this area immediately. So I went ahead and played this move, and it looks really slow, but I'm not confident that it is, because this group cannot be attacked with anything because of this. It's really hard to attack this group. It has really good eye shape. There's Aji down here. It's really hard to do anything to this group as long as this cut's present. So I went ahead and defended the cut, and now black still has issues up here because you don't want to lose the Aji. You don't want to take away, force your opponent to fix the Aji. So I still left the Aji, and now I'm making this run away as well. So I'm trying to take in the account everything, and so that was my reasoning for this move. As I said, I don't know if it's right or wrong. This is my level, but yeah, that was my thinking. Black, of course, came up and went here, and black played here. And it looks like it hurt his group, but it's actually necessary, because if you tried to play something like this, I could do this type of move. Like this. And then come out. And white has Aji to live in Sente here. And black's even worse off with the base. So this is a bad shape move for black. So I think this is an okay move. It fixes black, gives him good eye shape. It's really hard to attack this group now, really, really hard. And then he just jumped out. This jump move, I think, is placed wrong. So remember, for black, we want to keep strong shape. And keep an eye on our weaknesses. So I think a move here would be a bit better. Maybe we could take advantage of this area in Sente. Make shape quickly. Who knows? But this move you'll see come up with weakness later. Actually, maybe I do it immediately. Okay, so I actually noticed the weakness and I played this move. Now it looks like I'm fixing black on the right because if black does something like this. But there's still Aji here and here. And here. So it's not completely secure, but I did fix black in this area. I gave him 10 points here. My thinking was to make this move work. Now, I play this. Oh, I do it immediately. Okay. So yeah, and black played to counterattack white, which is completely fine. It's a good idea to try and counterattack. But I played here, and now there's issues. Black played here. So if black plays this move, I know what black was reading. Black was reading the Aji, the liberties here, but it's actually fine. Black just does this. White gets 4 stone, or white gets the Atari on these 4 stones, or actually no, he gets the 4 stones for free. Connects everything, but that's all white got. So this is still okay for black. This is actually good for black. White actually should not play this move. White needs to attack the group as a whole. with something like this. Now the reason this move came up was because there's also a ladder here, which makes this capture gote. And if I came out, the ladder now works for white. But it doesn't really matter because there's a net, so it's still good for black. But since it could possibly come up, that's why I played it. But black played here. And this is still good for white though, because now black's in a broken shape. And I played here. He fixed. Now I played this to try and because his shape's not good. But this is actually a really big move for the bottom, and it's semi-sente sort of, because of the throw-in. It's not quite sente. Black doesn't have to fix, but it's still a really, really big move because you cannot call the bottom anything as long as this is there. So I thought it was worth defending. Then I come out, keep everything cut, and here I start trying to read very carefully. Again, now what I failed to keep in mind was the fact that black can actually kill me in one move over here. Because there's no, as soon as I took my space to run away, black has this move. White only has one eye. Black actually never saw this, but if black kills this, it's game over. There's no way I can make up this area. Because of that, I'm quite confident I misplayed this area, even though I tried to make shape here. And I was thinking he was going to defend like this. Well, yeah, there's a lot going on here, so let's take it step by step. First off, the left, I was trying to get shape in sente, and I can still die, so I still need to come back and live with this. So this is my mistake for not doing something about this group on the left sooner. My second reasoning, my reasoning for this move, though, outside of my mistake, was I was looking at the double hane here to attack the black group as a whole, and I'm looking at cutting this 1-point jump. So that was my reasoning for this knight's move. I really want this hane. In addition to that, you may, or now we're going to get into why black played here. This is actually a really good move. So in the variation, white wants to cut the 1-point jump, correct? But there's actually a problem here. Yeah, there's a lot of issues with white's shape here. Black can actually do this in sente, and could even think about cutting this way. And white's starting to have liberty issues. So white comes out this way, like this. Throw in, here, 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 kill. Because of this, I had this counter move. So I was thinking black was going to defend this. Oops. Where'd I go? There we go. I was thinking black was going to defend this one this way. And then when I hane'd and played out this variation, if black tries to 1-point jump, I can do this shape first to try and gain some shape or liberties. Because if black goes here, this hane may or may not become an issue. He goes like this, like this, like this. maybe something's here. Or, as I said before, play this first. No. There's this move, isn't there? What was I reading? I was reading something here. I was trying to make the Aji here work with this Hane. That's what I was trying to do. Maybe I misread it, which is quite possible. But the fact was there was Aji there, and black playing this move is actually really solid and really strong. So I was actually quite impressed with his move, with his insight to think about something like this. And so now there's still issues, but I still have to follow up my original idea to attack black. Alright, so now we get into black's defense here. So he wanted to try, he makes shape and tries to attack white at the same time. I just connected because I can't really do anything with this cut here. And if I just make a solid group to attack him with, or it's really hard to attack with weakness, so that's why I connected here. And I was looking at getting shape by attacking the 2 stones on the right over here. And then here he tries to make shape and keep white cut. So he's doing an interesting idea to counterattack here. Good fighting spirit, so I like that. And I go to peep here to keep him cut. I'm doing the same thing he's doing. I'm trying to keep him cut from his strength while helping my group, and he's doing the same thing. But again, he keeps his fighting spirit up, and he goes this way. So yeah, he's making me work for it for sure. Then I push, and I defend the bottom in Sente, and then I'm going to just run away. And I was looking at trying to attack these 3 stones while running away, but I couldn't just bear the fact that this is still open, because I have to get 30 points on this bottom area to catch up, because I was counting. That's another important thing you don't want to forget to do, because you need to know whether or not you need to defend this or jump immediately. The way you know that is, can I afford it or not? The way you know that is by counting. On the top right, black has 25. On the top left, black has 25. So black has 50 points plus whatever he's going to get in the bottom right. And maybe 2 points on the left. And 2 points in the center. So probably 54 plus with the bottom right, right? White does not have nearly that unless I keep the bottom. Then I have maybe around 50 points. I think I can get 50 points on the bottom. Or 45, and then I have like 5 on the top. And the fact that I'm going to die on the left, that would be game over if he found that. Like I said, I shouldn't have left that. But I haven't really found a point in time that I can just go back and fix it, because I can't just lose. I can't waste the move to go fix it, because he'll immediately take advantage of the board. And so I don't know. I needed to find a time to fix that, and I didn't. So I should have lost this game if he just played over there. But he didn't see that, so that's his mistake. Now, getting back to the counting point. Because I counted, I knew I could not afford to lose the bottom points. And he played this Tiger's Mouth. This actually probably cost him the game. We will see how this Atari right here pretty much saved my life. You need to keep strong shape. Or Nobi. This probably saves my life. And it does not look like it's a big deal right now, but we'll see it come up. Okay, so now I jump up, and he keeps him cut. So now I do what I was originally planning, take advantage of the 3 stones, and he defends here. Then I attack the 3 stones. He goes to defend. And I can't really cut him off anymore because he'll kill this. So I have to make shape on this side, even though he's going to connect. He connects, and I was looking at many different options, like here or something, but letting him get this around in Sente, it's not worth it. And I wanted to keep myself connected because of this Aji. And if I didn't do that, there's a wedge here to cut. So I wanted to fix everything. I keep in mind my own weakness, right? And he surrounds me, and I have to start reading a lot. So I push and play here. And here I think I do a pretty good job of reading. So once he played this, I had already found a path to live. I already knew how I was going to live with this group. And I'm pretty proud of myself for this, actually. And I don't think there's a flaw anywhere. Pretty confident it's a straightforward path. And you're going to see this come up. Again, order matters. So I play this. And tell me if you think black makes a mistake anywhere. Here, you want to keep liberties short, so this is bad style for him to play the bamboo. It's more solid, and I think he was worried about something here, maybe? I don't know. But there's no reason not to take this liberty. It can be very important. Tari, there. Now he's cut off. Now I played this to see how to respond. I needed to know if he's going to, oops. No, but you're not. And I don't think it changes my plan too much. It can change it a good little bit, though. Because I was looking at getting this move. Then here, here, here. And he has to live because he's completely cut off. He's going to die if he doesn't. I have more liberties. Okay, he lived. He should live more efficiently here. That's worth more points. And now watch the magical me come to life. I have an eye any point in time here in Sente. But this eye, on the other hand, I have to find beforehand. He cut. I think he should play this move. This makes it a bit more difficult for me. Let's see, what was the variation? This, 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 this. Yeah, that's it. He could try to play this move, but it also doesn't work because he has to defend this area. I get this in Sente. Threaten to kill this stone. And make a second eye. Pretty cool, huh? He played this, which is same thing. And now here, my order is very, very, very important. Now, as I said, order is important. The reason being is because if I just take now, and he fixes, I might die. I'm probably going to die. Where is my second eye? Where is my eye? So yeah, the order is important. So I play this. And he actually, I believe, misreads this. Yeah, he definitely misread it. But he took, and I played here. And I'm thinking he didn't know this was a ladder. Because obviously he can't do this. There is this ko, but this ko is way too easy for white. Because even if he wins the ko, I'm going to make a second eye and cut off these stones. It's such an easy easy kill for white, and that's pretty much game over because I have way too many points on the bottom. If he connects, I was thinking maybe he got tricked and thought this ladder didn't work. Oops. Yeah, maybe he didn't know that I could just do this. I'm thinking he thought it would go this way, and there would be the Atari. But even this doesn't work. Ta-da! Yeah. So I'm thinking he just misread the ladder. But after I played here, he resigned. Yeah, this is a really big loss. I think if he just plays here, I play here. Here. If he can somehow manage to still live and get back over here and kill this, maybe he still has a chance. Problem is, that group still on the top left still can die. So what he should have played was, instead of taking, just go in here. The reason being is, as soon as I live, first off, there's Aji here. Yeah, I have to read that. There's Aji there. He broke into this area, which was the points I needed to win the game. He lost 25 points on the top, or he lost like 20 points on the top right. So I was thinking maybe it was no even trade, because if I can try and fight him in this area with something, then maybe I could still work it out. But all he has to do is just come back and kill this, and he wins. So yeah, that group was definitely probably going to be game deciding. So I messed up somewhere over there for sure. I got myself killed. And I'm not sure where it was actually. But yeah, I hope this is actually helpful for you guys. Hopefully gives you some ideas on how to play with black and white with handicap or against handicap. I actually made some notes. If you guys want to get a pen and pencil, you can actually write these down and go over these and try and see if these work in your games. So first I'll read the notes I made for white. When you are white playing against handicap, do the following. Read carefully. Order matters. Counting is important. Aim for weakness. Which group is the weakest? Don't let your opponent make points easily. Make sure your move works, which goes along with read carefully. Be efficient. Tsujis are your friend. Think before you leap. Aji is also your friend. Splitting is a good attack. Do not waste moves. And now, if you are playing with handicap, do the following. Do not be afraid to attack. Try to figure out their plan, because obviously they're going to be planning something when they do weird stuff. Tanuki is big, but do it carefully. Splitting is a strong counteroffensive if they're attacking you or whatever. Keeping them split is a good way to attack. Play strong shape. Watch your Aji or your weakness. Read carefully. And be wary of leaving too much weakness around. Okay, well, I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.